Alright. Well, there's no. In response to your email, there's no change from last week when I think you saw the videos of them concreting it. And that's the last day then. Then that was the last day of work. They've got to, it has to, all these poles, they have to stay in for 10 days while it sets. So there's nothing they can do really. They're gonna come on the 23rd, which is when they're gonna take all these off. They'll take all this wood off along here as well. So you just basically have the concrete pillars, and obviously none of this will be here. And then they're gonna, obviously this is all gonna be concreted. It's all gonna be, all the floor then will be concreted, so it'll be level with a curb there. And that's about it. They're gonna concrete here, obviously. And they're gonna concrete along there. So I'll have my garage back. That's not going to be concreted out there yet. That's not part of this job. And then in the new year, he was supposed to do it before, but he said he's not going to have time. And in the new year, perhaps the 2nd, 3rd of January, they'll come and they'll build. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. These wires here. That's where there's another one down there. That's where the pillars are gonna be. It's the same place they were. My last pillars were in my garage. It's the same distance. They'll put the pillars in there, and then they'll bring my roof down. So the garage will just be the same as it was, but there'll be less tiles and more concrete up there. And that's it for this part of the job. Then that was the agreed part of the deal. So what I've got to do before you come, I've obviously got to build this wall again. And this is where the wall was before, yeah? Obviously you can see there. This is where the door was here, that door that I was split in two. So I've got to build this wall again. And all this part of this job, that was 30 grand for him to do. So I'm going to have to get someone in, perhaps get Letitia's dad to do this, because he's very detailed and he'll do it by the day. So I've got to put this wall in again, the door, and I've obviously, this all before you come, I'll have to put a wall in here, yeah, just to give us some privacy from the street. So there's going to have to be a wall. This pillar here was where, well, this was where the bamboo was. You know, the bamboo as you come in. This is where the bamboo was with those plants here at the front. And if you remember, there was a wall here that went up to about head height. So I'm going to have to, as you can see there, I'm going to have to fill it all in as a wall, and then take it out to the road there. And then that's probably what I'll have money for by the time you come. Obviously it'll all be concreted in here. Let me go back in. It's a beautiful day today, look at it. Everyone's coming for, over there, they've already rented over there. Yeah, so before you come then, obviously this will all be concreted, we'll have our privacy. And then here, this one here was where my patio ended. That was where it would drop down onto this is where that little wall was here. So obviously I've just lost nearly a yard of my garden there. So if I do have the money before you come, obviously I'm not gonna leave this on the concrete. That'll not be comfortable, so I'm gonna tile that. And then if I do I'm waiting for them to come to give me a price. This is gonna be a glass door from one side to the other all the way along. It'll open all up. So you'll be literally in the garden. Obviously you can I can close it in the winter with this tiled here, this floor tiled on the same level there as my step, then this obviously be part of my house then. And then if I can, what I intend to do, if we're getting these are just small jobs, so it won't cost so much. Perhaps the biggest, what's going to cost me the most will be the glass doors and the tiles. So what I'm thinking of doing, it's a bit of a mess in here because Letitia's here. They're both gone playing tennis. They've gone for the first lesson with Tuba this morning. They got up early. As you can see, it's got a new clock. It's 9:30 in the morning. So yeah, they got up early. Oh, they bought some lights yesterday. Look, yeah. So what I intend to do is this door here. Get rid of this and put a nicer door in with an arch, and then here get rid of this and put a wall in all the way up to the top. Perhaps about from here, yeah, from here. I hope you're following this. Obviously, I can see all around me. You can put a wall in here with a door into the kitchen here, yeah, and then the TV will go on this wall. The TV will go on that wall, so then I can get a nice sofa in here, all the way around here. Yeah, so I have one of like those big L-shaped, like Vanya's that used to be in the house down in Pagliosa there. Get a nice sofa in there, so you can obviously sit on here and watch TV there on the wall, with a door into the kitchen here. So if you want some water or whatever at night, and obviously it's always moaning about the smell of the cooking in the house myself, so I can block that off. And then here you see what I can do. I'll put another big door in like that one. Put another big door in here. That'll take you out then into the patio there, which will all be glassed in. So you'll be in the house, but with a nice door. So basically, and then this on the back wall of here, just put like a breakfast nook here with a couple of benches, a couple of stools. So obviously for your breakfast in the morning or whatever, you just have a sandwich or whatever. You just sit on there, and then if you're having lunch or an evening meal, and you open these doors here and put a nice big table out there, and obviously go on there. So that'll look good then. So I have to get rid of these doors here and put a sliding door in. So obviously during the day when we're about, you slide all the doors across to here, so it'll all be open. And obviously you'll be in the house. Obviously, hopefully, if it's not too expensive, then this will be glass. So you can obviously just open one sheet of glass there, so you have a bit of a breeze. If it's a nice thing, you're around, you open it all the way up, and then obviously where that window is there will be another door that will slide all the way open. So you'll be literally in the house, and then obviously in the evening, I'll put these. It won't just be glass; it'll have the shutter door. So in the evening, you close it off, and you're literally closed in on both sides. So yeah, I don't know how much all that's gonna be, but hopefully I can get it done before you come. All this floor around here, around the back as well. This will all be concrete. That's part of this job. It's part of this price. Yeah. So that's about it really. That's what I hopefully intend to have done by the time you come. I don't know about the doors there. Obviously, plan B, if it's all too expensive, is obviously just to tile this, and obviously put the wall in there with the door as it was, so we've got a bit of privacy. That'll be better. Obviously done. That's guaranteed for by the time you come. So by the time you come, it won't be that much. If I have to resort to plan B, it won't be that much different from when you were here last year, other than this will be tiled, nice tiling here, and obviously have a nice wall there with a door that closes obviously like a front door there, and that'll be it. Unfortunately, by the time you come, we're gonna have to stick to this roof here and these concrete beams. And perhaps if it does look unsightly, because what they do eventually, you see, they plaster it. They plaster the beams so they look like, I don't know if you can see his over there, yeah. You can see those beams on the house over the road. They plaster around it, and so it looks smooth and nice. But that's a totally different job, because when I plaster it, I'll have to plaster all along the front here and plaster that wall there. But if it does look too unsightly, I'll just get a bit of whitewash and whitewash up them. I'm undecided really, or whether I'm gonna line them with white bricks. I'm using white bricks this time, not red bricks. It'll be white bricks like you can't see that on there. I can see it, but yeah, white bricks like that woman's house over there. So I'm undecided. I'm gonna wait till I get this glass in to decide whether I'm gonna line these concrete pillars with bricks or get them to plaster them and paint them nice. So eventually, obviously, the plan is that these will be my glass doors along this beam, and then I asked them, this will be concreted obviously, put some nice tiles on, perhaps a decking on there, and I asked them to put some light fixtures there, you see, so I can get the lights through, and then get some nice terracotta vases and put them on here. So obviously you'll have your glass door here, get some nice lighting up there, some spotlights, and have them shining down on some nice terracotta plants in the evening. And obviously when the doors are all open, you'll be able to put a nice chair in here, whatever, to sunbathe. So that's basically what I've lost in the land, so that's about it. For the ceiling, obviously they will. I mean, when they did, and obviously you never saw it like this, but when they did my house, you see that my ceiling there, all ceilings, that's how they do it over here. My ceiling there looked like that. Oh, the cat's just escaped. Hey, shh, go on. Oh, swine's there. Right, and those big balls got out. Swines, go on. And that's one. Yeah, so they'll plaster this obviously, but I'll not be able to do it before you come. But you know, that'll not affect you. Yeah, or I can. What does he call it? I can't remember what they call it here, but there is another way it can be done. I'm studying that option, and that's about it really. So yeah, there's no change since the last videos, because they have to wait for all the concrete up there on the top to dry. It has to be 10 days apparently, and then they come and they take these poles down. They take all the wood off the. It's called formwork. Funnily enough, I got a job in this week. If they're building a dam, a hydroelectric dam up in the northeast, and part of the project, they obviously build it all with concrete. And part of the project's called formwork in English, which I never heard of before. And I knew what it was in Portuguese, caixaria. But obviously we don't build like this in England, so I didn't have the word ready on my tongue in English, caixaria, but they call it formwork in English. But it's not actually formwork, it's formwork and false work, which it took me about half hour to discover what the difference was between formwork and false work. But anyway, this one is false work because they don't use it again. They can't use this wood again. It all just gets thrown away. So this is false work, and the form work is what they can use again. Anyway, they come and they take all this off on the 23rd. I think they'll be doing that. But that's about it for now. Anyway, I'll sign off and go and have a bit of breakfast and get some work. I've got loads of work coming in, just unbelievable. But it's all from this one, from all around the world they come in. But obviously the main office is in New York, which is Josh gets the jobs from them. So I'll get me 8 cents. So basically I'm working with Josh, who's sending me loads of stuff. And then so I don't overlap with him and start getting work that really, if I can take it direct from New York, the legal work, I'll be taking work from him, because sometimes I get an email from New York and maybe 2 minutes later he sends me an email with the same job. So obviously if I start taking the New York stuff, then I'm taking work from him, which then I'll be getting more from it. But obviously I like working with him. You know, hey, then I don't have to send the invoices in and all the payments done. Where with the New York people, you have to sort all your paperwork out as well, which I'm not particularly keen on. So that's an upside. I get a little bit less from Josh, but I don't have to bother with all that. And then, so I've kicked the legal work out of touch from New York, and I'm accepting the medical stuff. I'm accepting the medical stuff from them, which in Josh doesn't work with anyway. They're very fast. It's usually 800 words, 1,000 words. Usually medical exams for blood tests and urine tests and all that. So perhaps 800, 1,000 words. They send me 3-4 a day if I can accept them all. They're always coming in. So I'm doing those and Josh's work. So yeah, there's not enough to kick the two agencies in Sao Paulo and Rio, really. I mean, they're still there and they send me stuff, but